was a whole lot of tea. Who knew doctors had more drama than reality TV?
And if you think that was wild, just wait till next week. We've got more stories, more scandals, and more credentialing chaos coming your way.
And if you love the tea, please don't keep it to yourself. Like to show us you're listening. Please comment and join the conversation. And follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, share so everyone else can sip with us.
Yeah, so see you next time on Credentialing Chronicles. Stay credentialed, not canceled.
Oh my God, Nyleen, I know this one I started reading and the screenshots alone had me shaken.
Yes, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, all kinds of conversations this man was having. Conversations entailed conception, full-term abortions, and intentional drug and alcohol use to cause birth defects. Some sick, twisted stuff.
On a child. I mean, let's remember you all, this is a child.
And yes, so a warrant was immediately issued for his arrest, and he was charged with obviously soliciting a parent to consent to the participation of sexual conduct involving a child. The police said it.
I just am so happy that there's a law that says that is illegal. Soliciting a parent to consent to the participation of sexual conduct involving a child. Because are you kidding me? What is society going to for, oh my goodness, this is just so sick. It's so much.
So disclaimer, I think we need to share what and how it was. And they did post a snip of the conversation of the texting that went back and forth. So we need to, again, I'm just going to alert listeners. If you have a problem with this, just turn the episode off at this point. I mean, after you've downloaded, of course, and we got the credit, but just saying,
Your credentialing solution. In a busy hospital, time is of the essence. But what happens when your credentialing staff is short-staffed and overwhelmed? AQC is your trusted credentialing verification organization. They provide credentialing, contracting, and monitoring services for hospitals, surgery centers, and clinics nationwide. With AQC, you can say goodbye to the stress and uncertainty of credentialing. AQC, your solution for continuous compliance and credentialing verification. For more information, contact us, www.aqccvo.com.
All right, so we're going to do a little role play, and you play one and I do the other so that the people can listen to this conversation, okay? So I'm going to play, you want to play the doctor or you want me to play the doctor?
I want to be the doctor. I'm the mom. I want to be the mom either.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no. Forgive me, God.
Okay, so the mom starts. So go ahead.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm Jason, 45, Savannah, Georgia.
36 female, St. Lucie, Florida.
Nice. How old are your girls?
5 and 9, WBU.
Unfortunately, I am not a father. Are you a bad mom?
Bad mom as in what?
As in open-minded, let's say. Or any other bad way you can think of?
Open-minded, yes. What are you into?
Hopefully your girls, ha.
Ooh, how was this man allowed to see children as a family medicine physician for so many years is my question.
Isn't that disgusting? Doesn't that just turn your stomach?
I have 6 daughters, Nyleen, as you know, and to see things like this, it hurts my heart.
That there are people that are this sick that actually enjoy this. So, of course, the FBI goes ahead and does a complete forensic examination of this doctor's iCloud and messaging account. And of course, as we know, additional conversations were located and revealed that his training as a medical professional actually assisted him in other quote unquote alarming dark web hunts. The police said, when he was first arrested, he listed his online documentation as a particular hospital's associate director for family medicine and resident. And so the thing is like, I guess his job obviously allowed him access to more stuff for some reason. I don't know. Long story short, when the hospital went to arrest him, he was listed as active and practicing at that hospital. But then, curiously, when the news outlets reached out to the hospital, they hurried up. And the hospital was like, oh no, by the way, CBS News, never mind. This accusation triggered an immediate suspension of the doctor's hospital privileges and a termination of all activity involving the physician. Only after the news outlet reached out to them, by the way.
I mean, of course, right? The news publicized that he was a physician and not, your average citizen. And so it got all these clicks. And so now, even though he's in Michigan, because he was chatting with someone in Florida, they said that he will be actually extradited to Florida. Authorities said, so he is arrested right now. I mean, do we know if he's out on bond or anything, Nyleen?
Well, it showed that he was booked in Monroe County Jail since September 2nd. So by the time this episode airs, it'll be after that. But he was just arrested, and the U.S. Marshals say it's unclear if he has entered into a plea or whether he's returned an attorney. Again, we're doing this episode like literally 5 days after it hit the news. So we still need to do a follow-up as to what happens and, criminally, what he's going to do. Right now, they're in the process of moving him. He is arrested and he is in custody. But, the hospital is really what gets me, because the hospital makes a statement and talks about, we are supporting investigating efforts in this case. And of course, they have a spokeswoman who, is talking and says, our priority is the safety and care of our patients and their families,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they always say, but I mean, all these years, right? It can't be that he was practicing for years and no one noticed or did not say anything. I don't know. This could not have gotten any sicker without years of him already doing this and feeling comfortable around people to ask things like this about, different situations. I mean, we see stories all the time in the news of children being exploited way too often. And now when you involve healthcare, the one area where things should be trustworthy, somewhere where people are supposed to be safe, that's what they're advocating. And it just is so shocking. It doesn't make sense to the nervous system, I feel like.
Yes. And like you said, he had to feel safe enough to actually ask that question, which means, has he gotten a yes from other moms that were not FBI operators?
Well, it takes a lot before the FBI gets involved.
That's sick. I mean, that is sick on a whole nother level. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to highlight and break down where we have a systematic institutional failure and where maybe through this podcast or through advocating, we can somehow streamline the process of certain types of offenses leading to immediate actions. I don't know if we have to work with the NPDB. I don't know if we have to work with local, federal, Donald Trump, like you said in our last episode, but we really need to break this down between the timeline of criminal charges versus the response time of the hospital and his medical practice versus the reaction of the medical board.
Yes, please. I mean, I feel like that we need to break that down. And I mean, really, if you want to hire me and Nyleen, we could come and consult with your medical board and really give something in place when we're looking at this. Even with hospitals, if your reporting portion of your bylaws does not have something that reflects something like this, then it needs to be looked at and redesigned, because things like this are happening more and more often. And so what does that area of your bylaws look like?
Yes. So let's start with criminal action. First of all, the sting started in June. Mind you, how long was it before he got even tagged to be part of this sting in June? So, So June. You're talking about June.
I mean,
okay?
It's just right around the corner.
July, August, September. That's 3 months. He was arrested in September. So we're going to talk about this man was 3 months. During these 3 months, he was seeing patients. But let's talk about the years. The years of this actually already being happening for him to even get placed on the radar by the FBI to put him in a sting operation, all while practicing under the guise of a clean medical system.
And I mean, that's what we're asking about, right? Is, there's this criminal system here. And if you're one patient and you have this one complaint and, if this goes unnoticed, but really if you have people in Florida, if you have people in Georgia, if you have people in Louisiana, if you have all these people in these areas that he's doing this with, how would the criminal system know? How does this hospital system know? I mean, what are the systems in place when somebody's doing something like this across state lines? I mean, really, for me, it's like only the FBI. The FBI are the ones that take care of things that are, across state lines, right?
But then can we talk about the hospital's reaction?
Yeah. They should do something immediately to stop practice. Like, that's where I'm talking about their bylaws.
You get arrested, I should not have to wait for a news outlet to contact my medical staff office or my administration to say, did you know that this doctor was arrested? Or, excuse me, even being investigated. Like, I'm thinking June. Like, to me, you were flagged to be in a ring, like, hospital, excuse me. We're trapping this doctor who, by the way, has a license to practice family medicine and is actively seeing children. Can we put a pause?
Let's think about the hospitals, right, that do not consider credentialing something real, okay? And it's just like an administrative task that has to be done because auditors want it done. That sucks. And so they hire like an administrative assistant because they can pay them less. They don't know everything. You can push them around. There is a lot of things that if they are put in the right place, unfortunately, so much can go by.
Right. So then let's talk about the Board of Medicine of Michigan now for a minute.
For a minute, right? Because what do we say? I mean, let's.
We found out on 9/2, as, which is, obviously a month or so from when this is going to be aired. But we're going to owe the public again an update on the release. But the Board of Medicine, as of today, shows an active, unrestricted license to practice medicine. Now, in our last episode, we did say that at least the Board of Washington, when the doctor got criminally charged, his license was put with at least a little tiny red flag. Girl, it's been a week, and I'm sorry, but a week is more than enough time to place some kind of alert on a flag. I don't care what bureaucracy we have to go through. And if we have to go through that much red tape, there is something wrong. We need to put an end to this because his license is clear and active, not a pending investigation, nothing. I mean, he's arrested and being shipped to Florida. Great. But still, the licensing board doesn't say pending, hold, something.
Well, I think what I will be willing to do is I will call tomorrow morning the Board of Medicine and say, have y'all heard of Dr. So-and-so? And have y'all seen everything? And he's being extradited to Florida. Are y'all still keeping his medical license active? What y'all doing? And we can make that part of the next update regarding this for Credentialing Chronicles.
Well, I'm speaking in Michigan. I will be in Michigan in October.
Oh my God,
I will be in Michigan. Yes. I'm going to be in the state of Michigan.
You better use this. You need to reuse this.
I am. Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know who's going to be there at the conference, but I'm going to go knocking on the doors. I need direct
They always
action
bring
to
somebody
board.
from the medical board. They always bring somebody.
Somebody. I'm going to be at the conference, so I need to talk to somebody.
There needs to be a direct link between the FBI and the stings that are happening, the police, the Board of Medicine, the nurses board. I mean, everything. There should be some pipeline of connection. And if you need help on how to figure that out, we are available. We can help you figure that out because we have seen it all too often that with this disconnect, things are slipping through the cracks, you all. There just needs to be some type of process of alerting everybody.
How amazing if we introduce a state law or some kind of, what do they call, acts or something where okay, if a doctor gets arrested for inappropriate behavior with a minor or
These
gets
need to be flagged.
Exactly. A, B, C, D. So sexual, inappropriate behavior, inappropriate actions with a minor, inappropriate solicitation. Like these 3 things need to cause an immediate pause on the license. I'm not saying, rewrite the NPDB. I'm not saying rewrite. I'm saying a pause. Like we said, just put a pause button until you're arrested. Okay, yes, you're innocent until proven guilty. But during that process of innocent until proven guilty, things need to be on pause. Okay, your license.
And it's Credentialing Chronicles, that is bringing this out, that is talking about this, that are making patients be aware of what is happening. Again, it's not the medical board. It's not the hospitals, like Nyleen is saying. It's not the police station for the local police station. These are federal agencies that are coming in and taking over these cases because nobody else is looking into them. They are being ignored until hundreds or thousands of patients are being harmed. And that's just too big of a margin. I mean, don't you agree? Not you, Nyleen. I know you agree. But our listeners, do our listeners agree? Because at what point, right? It spikes my blood. It spikes my blood. My blood is spiked.
Yes, there should be direct things that can happen. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about, what do we do? You said this is part of where I want to really shake the table, because how is it that a doctor can be cuffed, charged, and taken into custody, but the very system that's supposed to protect patients, the medical board, just shrugs and keeps the license active because of some red tape? That means that technically another hospital, if he posts bond tomorrow and he goes back to Michigan, really technically another hospital, another clinic could unknowingly let this person walk in and treat children tomorrow. And that's not just messy, that's dangerous, Shannon. That's dangerous.
No, I mean, it's terrible. It's like, I don't understand how things can happen like this. We all have children. We all have families. I don't understand how people can have this as business as usual. I mean, they don't read about it. They don't see it and say hello. And take an action, their job. They're the clerk at the medical board. Hey guys, what are we going to do? Dr. So-and-so, what are we going to do? I don't know. I mean, is there a Susie at the medical board saying that and everybody's just shutting her down? Like, there are so many loops that I need to have answers when we're talking about all the things that are happening. And I just feel like Credentialing Chronicles is going to skyrocket us to just start into this advocacy, because it's just like so much now, Nyleen, we need to have some clear alert system, right? I mean, the hospital finally pulled the plug, only after the feds kicked down. Most states have an online lookup. We have all the things, but the reporting is missing. So patients have to do your homework. I mean, again, I'm sorry, but right?
Absolutely. And physicians, we're calling you too. You already know the bad actors make everyone else look shady. And, I hate that we have to defend the great doctors, because there's amazing doctors that save lives every day. And we love you and we see you. But if you see something, say something. Patient safety is way bigger than your professional loyalty. And honestly, pushing for boards to act faster protects your reputation too for being a good doctor.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, aren't we supposed to protect the children?
At the end of the day, yes.
Aren't we supposed to protect the women? I mean, for the credentialing family, our medical staff professionals, our compliance officers, our privileging warriors. That's what I'm going to call the assistant that's just out there trying her best.
I like that.
I mean, don't assume the board has your back. They do not have your back. Always verify. Always run NPDB queries. If something happens, report to the NPDB. It's just not about running the queries. You got to report so that other people can know about it. And really just always stay in tune. I mean, unfortunately, to the Department of Health in your state, to the Department of Justice, the FBI releases, because sometimes the news hits and the press that this is a doctor that's doing all this stuff before the licensure ever will show active. You can be running monitoring and literally have a criminal on your staff. And let me tell you another thing. If they're not doing background checks, Nyleen, how do you know? Continued background checks, not just the first one on initial. How do you know? How do you know?
Girl, and surgery centers don't do background checks. I can tell you, I know so many that don't.
I know.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. And here's our hot take, right? So the Board of Medicine needs to stop playing catch up and start linking arms with the FBI and the police. If a doctor gets arrested for crimes that put patients in danger, there should be an automatic license pause. Hit that big red button. Freeze it until the facts are sorted. No hospital, no patient, no insurance panel should be blindsided while the quote unquote paperwork crawls through the system because you're scared of something. At some point, patient safety has to come first.
Well, I mean, we keep saying it, and when you read the purpose, the mission of the Board of Medicines, they all say that patients come first. They all say they're there to protect patient safety, But when you look at the actions, it doesn't line up with what they're saying, right? Because they're not helping, honey. It is the Board of Medicine Country Club. It is the country club where they're walking on the lawn saying, should we even say anything to Dr. Smith? You hear what happened over there at Regional Hospital? Should we say anything or should we let him go? Oh, let's let him go. It was little. It was only one woman. She only said one thing. She was just assaulted. She's so stupid. She's a whining woman. I mean, no, because when someone's been arrested, violence, assault, exploitation in the exam room, you can't let them keep the stethoscope on top of everything else and say, okay, go ahead and treat our patient. I mean, it's not due process that the medical board is doing. It's a disaster waiting to happen that is happening in real time now. As Nyleen said, this happened 9/2. We're recording 9/8. By the time this drops out to you, we'll have another update episode because this is literally live in action.
So patients, check your docs. Like physicians, speak up. Medical services professionals, don't wait for the board. And boards of medicine, step up. We need you to step up. The FBI already called you. I just need you to answer the phone. The pause button has to be real and immediate. Please.
I don't know. You want to say it again just in case a medical board person didn't hear you?
The FBI called. Answer the phone.
No, about the pause button. I think the pause button is so much
and press
more.
The pause button.
Yeah, please.
Press it.
Real fast.
Press it.
Okay?
Bye.
And, it starts out so sad and we try to, use humor and try to, bring it home and try to make every episode educational. But I want you to realize, again, in the beginning of this episode, we were talking about a 5-year-old baby girl, okay? And if you are a mother, you are somebody, there's other mothers that need to hear this, that are taking their children to pediatricians, family medicine doctors, and they are not understanding what's happening. They think these inappropriate questions, these touches, these things, these are normal. These are not normal things, okay? And so innocent until proven guilty, absolutely, I don't know. But licensed until proven dangerous? No. And I will not. So the pause button on medical licenses, it has to be a real thing that me and Nyleen are talking about. And it has to be immediately because investigations, trials, they take too long. And patients are looking for doctors, right? There's already a shortage. And so patients don't have that luxury of making sure that the doctor is safe sometimes. A lot of them don't even know how to do that. We're just educating people right now. And it needs to be safety for you and your family first, and verdict to whatever else second.
This episode of Credentialing Chronicles is sponsored by Med Elevate Solutions, your partner in turning healthcare chaos into operational clarity. With deep expertise in ASC, hospital, or physician office operations, clinical workflows, and compliance, their team helps you work smarter, not harder. Learn more at medelevatesolutions.com. Simplifying processes, amplifying outcomes, one facility at a time. Licensed until proven dangerous. I like that one, right? So are you licensed until proven dangerous? That's really sad. So I really want you to say that louder. Pause the license. Protect our patients. Boards of medicine, it's time to catch up with the FBI and really hit that button. So Shannen, this was tough. It was heavy, but as much as we joke and spill the tea, let's not forget this is real life, real patients, real harm, real gaps in the system that really need fixing? Like, how do we advocate? How do we start change? I don't know. Guys, help us. Tell us. Help us out. Go to your state legislatures. I mean, I don't know. Go to the FBI. I don't know what to do to help. We're trying to figure this out and use a platform where it's safe to speak out and safe to expose the gaps in our system that need mending and need to protect our patients and our children.
Yeah, because I mean, we're talking every episode, that we talk, medical staff professionals, are the bomb right now, the better that they've ever been in history. Patients are more informed, and, there's still people out there doing bad things. And so you all just need to understand that there is people out there currently that haven't been caught. And so when we close up the gaps, then guess what? They stop falling in between them. And then we're able to have space for the good doctors and create safety and trust in healthcare again. Because right now, people don't want to go to doctors because they don't trust them. They don't feel safe. And that's a problem as well. What do we say? Follow, subscribe, all the buttons, touch them. If you give me a mad like, if you give me a happy like.
Yes. And if this episode hit you, like if you learned something, or if you're just as shocked as we are, disgusted as we are, please share it. Share it with your coworkers, with your friends, and that one cousin who thinks that their doctor is above the law. Like, let's just make some noise about this.
Let's normalize doctors to be human, right? They're all human. I mean, they're human like us.
Yeah, so we know this was a tough one, but staying silent doesn't protect anyone. Talking about it does. Until next time, we want you to stay safe, stay credentialed, and always, always, always keep your receipts.
Woo, that was a whole lot of tea. Who knew doctors had more drama than reality TV?
And if you think that was wild, just wait till next week. We've got more stories, more scandals, and more credentialing chaos coming your way.
And if you love the tea, please don't keep it to yourself. Like to show us you're listening. Please comment and join the conversation, and follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, share so everyone else can sip with us.
Yeah, so see you next time on Credentialing Chronicles. Stay credentialed, not canceled.